Sir?
Well, now minuscule circle.
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm trying to prepare myself for our next adventure. I'm trying to put myself at peace. Because by the end of the adventure, we are going to be in pieces.
Okay, sir, do you have your passport, by the way?
Oh, actually, it's funny you mention passport. Yes, I have my passport. You might want to get your passport as well at the ready. Because we are going to need to fly very far, very far, very far. Some might say in a land far, far away. You make sure our lawyers are on that. Any Disney mentions in our emails, you get on that. It's just a joke. We are going to need to travel very far away from the creepy passport bro that we've got here today for our next adventure. The Cave of Delusion does its very best once again to spit out actual disgusting people. It's always a fun time. Emphasis on the silent not in there. It's not a fun time. It never is. So prepare yourself, because it's not going to be a pleasant story. Oh, by the way, I am joining you for this one, actually. Recording H, he can't handle the absolute shambolicness just off the title and thumbnail alone. So I'm here. Let's go.
We are still holding on. It is very difficult here.
Nice.
This man traveled across the world to save his internet girlfriend.
When you look at these two images, I ask you this question. Hell, I'll pose you this question. Pose like one of your French girls. Oh, sorry. Adventurer H doesn't do brands. Sponsor me. Hell, I'll actually pose like a Ukrainian girl. Actually, no, we're not dealing with French girls here. We're dealing with Ukrainian girls. When you look at the two images, you know what in tarnation is actually going on in this world. And when I pull out tarnation, when it's 8 seconds into the video, you know my arse hairs are on fire already. Any non-creeps out there that can appear on this show? Or is it just some sort of twisted fetish at this point to just shoehorn and shove in our faces disgusting delusional pricks? This might be the fastest I've got pissed off.
Just her beautiful smile, hazel eyes, perfect face.
They look blue.
She was just incredibly beautiful young woman.
All right, don't ever say young when describing your supposed lover. I feel like these creeps are creeps, but they don't do themselves any justice by saying things like that. But then again, can they do themselves any justice? In an ideal world, I'd chuck them in prison. But then the prison system would be more overcrowded than it is right now, but that's not the can of worms we need to be opening up right now. When he is sat there with the audacity to smile, speaking like this, or, you know, if you want to call that smiling actually smirking, it doesn't really matter. We're dealing with creepy semantics at this point. How can you genuinely come online with any sort of a story to try and garner sympathy when you're smiling about being quote-unquote in love with someone who's much younger? There ain't no way she's your age. I'll tell you that right now.
I love you.
Oh, okay.
She was telling me about was she wanted to get out of Ukraine.
Phil has sent $100,000 and his family needs help stopping him.
As you do.
He was gonna go visit Natalia
Who is this?
in Ukraine.
And in Poland, she was another no-show. And he went and waited at the bus stop.
Who is this?
And waited for hours to see if she would come off, and she didn't.
Right.
I mean, this guy, he has so many people in his ear already. Can we help him, and how do we do that?
I don't know. Like, I'm just being honest.
Phil,
I want to shake you right now.
Whoa.
What? Like, you just said she didn't ask you for money, and then you said she asked you for a cell phone.
Is Natalia real?
No.
Or has she sent Phil all around the world for nothing?
If you're catfishing
She.
me, why are you bothering to send me to Poland? You already got all the money.
Because you're a fool.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
Go do that. But you already are, and if you wish, David wants to shake this, Donny. I think someone's been shaking some palm trees and coconuts have fallen onto this guy's head. Because there's no way he's genuinely asking, why send me to Poland, you got my money. Because it's a game at this point. You know what I mean? The scammers are sitting there in their shit-stained boxers laughing at you, living up life with their new $100,000. And figured, let's just have some fun. Send him across the frickin' world as well. And also, I'm really sorry to mention this, but I feel like it's important to mention this. But the topic of passport bros, huh? We're talking about Ukraine. We're talking about Donny ending up being stood up in Poland. This screams passport bros, does it not? And very real situations where women in Eastern Europe, because they do live vulnerable lives and sort of a way for them to escape their life is to unfortunately, ride off into, I wouldn't even call it the sunset, ride off into the dark night with Donnies like this because of obviously the money aspect of things. That's what this is giving. And that is sad. This is creepy. I'm not going to have a good time. Let's be honest here. And I don't think any of us are going to survive by the end of this commentary.
Hey team, we have an interesting case of a woman who actually reached out to me on TikTok.
Oh.
It's for her grandfather. Literally traveled to Moldova, then Poland, trying to meet somebody he met online. You want to read the message?
Oh,
Drew?
Moldova as well.
This one's crazy. Hi, I found your page looking up Ukraine love scams, and I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I'm kind of desperate. My grandpa has fallen for an online Ukraine love scam where he spent over $50,000 on this woman. He is going to Ukraine on Monday to meet her. I'm wondering if you can help before he gets on the flight. We are all telling him this is not real and it can be dangerous.
That's actually a good point. And I think a lot of people maybe look past the actual danger aspect of this all, because obviously losing your money is the focal point in a lot of these stories, and I completely understand it, especially when you're dealing with $100,000 apparently, or this message says 50,000, so who the hell is correct here? But meeting up with someone, especially across the world, if that's what the scenario you're in, it's just, please be very careful. Meet halfway or something, or if possible, meet just face to face on a video chat or something first, and actually build that up slowly, recognizing that they're real and stuff like that. But I guess you can never really know, unfortunately. But yeah, it's very dangerous to just be meeting someone across the world. Just watch out, please.
Jasmine.
Why are they just staring at each other?
I'm 78. I live in Kingman, Arizona. I was born and raised
78.
in Indiana. I went into the military.
Okay, let's pump the brakes on the military, because I'm going to now get really pissed off, because granted, she looks in that video in the beginning to be in the military. Granted, you're going to be in different parts of the world. I think you would still know some things about the military, e.g., they would help you monetarily for food and stuff. So if that's what this story descends into, as it usually does, then whoop-de-doo. But I don't feel like she's anywhere near 78. So get a grip.
At a very young age, when I got out, I moved all over the country. I have a daughter in Germany, and I don't hear from her very often, but I have a son in California, and I have 3 stepchildren with my wife that deceased. I've been married 4 times.
4?
First wife was German while I was there. Second wife was from Massachusetts. third wife was a California girl, and the fourth wife was my previous wife, married for 30 years, and she passed away last year.
Last year, rest in peace. Sort of not really relevant, but I'm glad he moved on from saying deceased, because, like, I understand obviously is a real word. I don't know, just describing your partner as deceased is a bit, what were you doing, mate? So at least he said passed away, but rest in peace. Very interesting, he's been married 4 times. That gives me the vibe he just makes very rash decisions anyway. And shock horror, look at the story we're watching. But then also it's interesting that his daughter in Germany doesn't really speak to him. Why is that? Well, I'd love to know the full story, you know?
We've been to all over the world. We've been to Rio de Janeiro for Carnival, been to Tahiti, been all over the United States, and we've hit a lot of places in Europe. Ever since I lost my wife last year, I've been lost. I'm a lost person. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself since I lost her. Best marriage I had, best woman I ever knew in my life. I've been so devastated with the loss of my wife that I need a companion. I cannot stay in this situation any longer.
Right.
I'm trying to find a woman to fill my empty whole heart.
Well, listen, maybe I'm thankful you corrected and said heart instead of fill your empty hole, because I'm not sure what kind of disturbing shit you get up to behind closed doors, but you keep your dirty kinks off the internet, mate, filling your empty hole. Shut up! I do find it a bit concerning that when he was off in Carnival in Brazil with his wife, yeah, I don't know, the type of guy this guy has already shown himself to be. Do you think he was just creepily staring and lusting over the women that may have been in the carnival? That's a very real thing to be considering, and I'm going to swiftly wipe my brain clean now. I no longer want to consider it. When he says he wants to fill this empty hole, isn't that just him literally describing desperately trying to fill a void? Like, that's so dangerous in itself in terms of relationships, because you just make very rash decisions when you're just trying to be with any Tom, Dick and Harry. But ironically, every Tom, Dick and Harry just magically happens to be someone much younger and someone who looks like Natalia. Not really sure what's going on there. These Donnies that always scream, I'm looking for a companion and stuff. Why is it never someone age appropriate? Why does it always have to be someone so much more better looking? I'm sorry if that's harsh, but let's be realistic here. Someone who wouldn't bat an eyelid at you in person and someone much younger. You can't just, speak to someone your own age who's probably lived similar life experiences and you can bond over that. You have to be lustful, you donkey. None of this makes sense, man. I hate this episode already.
Because I got a hole in my heart right now.
Stop
Phil took
talking.
the passing of his wife very hard.
Did he?
Eventually, he would find himself on chat sites where he would talk with women online.
How soon was this?
I've been on these websites for at least 8 months.
Oh.
I met Natalia on violetdates.com.
You know, the type of guy this guy is, and obviously talking about passport bros, right? I do want to just quickly Google what Violet Dates is, because I'm really interested to know if it's a normal-ish dating site, right? Okay, it I guess sort of is. I don't see any mention of it being specifically Eastern European women on there. Those type of websites exist where you can meet, a certain demographic of people. I thought it would have been that, because Violet Dates, I've never heard of it. And I just wanted to see if his dirty fetish was, rearing its ugly head again. 8 months you've been on these chat websites. Your wife passed last year. Can someone, because I've never been good at maths, can someone tell me what the hell that means? Does that mean 4 months later you got onto these chat websites. Because I don't think 4 months is enough to grieve your wife of 30 years passing away. I really don't get it. But okay, if that's the story we're going to go with, good on you, man. You really are a great guy. And to be honest, stripping aside his creepy bullshit, yeah, because I don't really want to speak about him too much. When you lose someone, I know it's far from my place to tell someone how to grieve, because I'm not a professional, of course. 4 months, for everyone is going to be different. 4 months, one person's going to be different to 4 months for another person. But I just don't feel like, in general, 4 months is enough time. And to be honest, him describing desperately wanting to be with someone, at that point, do you really need to be with someone? Obviously, he looks like he's just trying to get his jollies off, so I feel like he's out of the question here, but it's okay to grieve by yourself and just live with yourself, if that makes sense. At certain points, I mean, after being married 4 times as well, do you really need to be in another relationship? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.
Out of all the women I chatted with, was probably about 20 to 30 of them.
What are you doing?
And she's the only one that wanted to go to a outside chat site.
Well, isn't that just a coinky-dink? That 1 out of 20/30 wanted to actually take things off the platform. Maybe no one is interested in you, Philip. Maybe that should have been a huge alarm bell ringing off in your head. I don't know which head you want to ring those alarm bells, but one of them needs to be rung. Which is not a euphemism, by the way. No heads should be rung. I do think it's very concerning that he's speaking to 20 to 30 different women. He's obviously described this desperate state he's in. And I completely understand the dating game. You're swimming in the dating pool. You're seeing who you mesh well with, But 20 to 30, who's got that kind of time and energy? I just don't think that's normal behavior, but okay.
Instead of being on the pay one. The first thing I noticed about Natalia
you
was
pay for this
just
website.
a beautiful smile. She had hazel eyes, perfect face.
Blue.
I mean, yeah, she had some crow's feet. Told me she was only 5'1" and beautiful, long blonde hair.
Shut up,
she
man.
was just incredibly beautiful young woman.
Shut your mouth. You've described nothing personality-wise. Maybe we haven't got to that part of the story yet, but we never seem to get to that part of the story. It's always looks. Sorry, he has the audacity to sit there and talk about crow's feet. I assume it's the wrinkles people get, like, in the corner of their eyes. Unless Natalia is collecting actual crow's feet. I don't want to know what she's doing behind closed doors. Leave the birds alone, Natalia. Oh, but crows, actually. Ooh, they can symbolize death to some people. I very much want to put an end to this entire story. Let it die. I don't want to be sat in this chair listening to this shit anymore. I don't want to listen to creeps degrade on women talking about crow's feet. Oh, sorry, you are just a Vogue runway model, are you? Shut up, man.
According to the website,
47.
her age is 47.
All right.
I asked her to send me a picture of her driver's license, and she did.
As
she
you do.
lives in Ukraine, okay?
Okay.
She was a nurse at one of the military hospitals there. So we got along really well. And
right.
There was a lot of stuff said between us that made us really...
Like what?
Really connect.
Oh, there's a cruise ship here. I wish I was on a cruise right now, setting sail, not having to watch any of this, Just relaxing, chillaxing. If she's 47, I'm 6 or 7. Because I'm a child. But also, what? I mean, I don't kind of really want to know what you were speaking about to connect. But I kind of do at the same time. Because I'd love to know what your commonalities are. Because my ass, you share any similarities. Connect. Shut up, man. He's probably going to say I want to go on a cruise or some shit.
We talk about a lot about being together and where we would like to do. I told her I love taking her on cruises and traveling to different places throughout the world, like I've always done. We'd talk about, she actually had me do a little video thing here inside my house to see where she was going to be living.
What?
She wanted that, wanted to see what the house was like.
You became a real estate agent.
What her new home would look like.
Basically.
But she said she really just wanted to spend time at home with me.
My ass.
Just be cuddled up with me. It made me feel good. It made me feel like I wasn't going to be alone anymore. I believe it was a week after we got off the platform. She told me she loved me.
1 week?
And I couldn't resist not telling her I loved her because she's so beautiful.
But this guy's doing himself no favors, is he? Like, you love her because she's so beautiful. So nothing personality-wise you're attracted to, just her looks. I think it goes without saying that someone who looks like Natalia, and I think I said this earlier, is not going to bat an eyelid towards Philip in real life. And I think a lot of these victims, in quotations, victims anyway, let's be honest, they have this warped mentality that they're some sort of God's gift. I'm sorry, you're just nothing in comparison to these other people. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's really harsh to say. And I can recognize the harshness in saying that. But it is something, unfortunately, people need to acknowledge. In some people's eyes, you are just nothing. You're just meh. You're just a human, just there. Do you know what I mean?
I love you.
Shush, Natalia.
And I kept telling her, I said, are you serious? You want to be with an older man? She said, age is just a number.
The scammers have very clearly adopted age is just a number. I've heard it so many times now. It's become like a, have you eaten? Oh, my queen. And it clearly works. Very unfortunately, it clearly works. Anyone who says age is just a number, I promise you, in an ideal world, I would be sending those pricks to prison. You'd be locked up, mate, because I don't know what sort of disgusting thoughts you have in your head if age is just a number is something you can so brazenly say out loud. You are a creep.
She swore she wanted to be with me and spend the rest of her life with me.
Get a grip.
Phil and Natalia would talk constantly. When the time felt right for the two to finally meet, there was a big issue that needed to be solved first.
One of the things she was telling me about was she wanted to get out of Ukraine.
Right.
So I asked her about having a passport. And she said, well, one of the problems being was she had taken a loan out. And what the loan was originally for was for $15,000. The company she had the loan from, she couldn't keep up with the payments they wanted on the loan.
I'm so confused.
So they came to the house and they were going to throw her and her parents out of the house.
Oh, so you shut your mouth. How about that? What a lovely family picture this is, huh? Definitely not AI generated in any way, shape or form. What is the loan for? Did she take out a loan for... And I say she in quotations, by the way. It's not actually a she. Okay. She took a loan out for her passport or something? What? I don't get it. And also, if it's not the loan for the passport and the loan is for something else, what's her passport got to do with anything? She said, oh, there's a problem with my passport, but I got 15k debt, I can't pay it back. What's that? Correlation?
Mr. Krabs, I am so confused.
Offered up her passport, so they took her passport.
Oh, so she...
Another problem...
The only problem, actually, which there's many, actually, she paid off her debt with her passport? Sure. If that's how things work in Ukraine, okay.
She had to have the court ordered a ankle monitor on her.
Right.
Because they didn't want her leaving the country. And it was
what a great
stay
image.
until the loan was paid. If she defaulted, the loan was, she had to pay back $60,000.
Okay, let's just go backwards for a second here. Because obviously this is AI generated as well. This guy's just falling for every nook and cranny at this point. That looks like an Apple Watch on this person's ankle. Or is that how ankle monitors actually look? Whatever the case is, he's a dumbass.
If she defaulted, the loan was, she had to pay back $60,000. Okay? And that's what it's showing in the court document.
Okay, man.
I was bound and determined to get her out of that country.
Baby.
No matter what it took. So getting the $60,000, I will do anything. So that's what I ended up paying. Once she got that $60,000, she paid the loan, and she was able to get her passport back.
Sure.
So she asked me if I would meet her in Poland. And I looked at the closest big city that had an airport, and that was Krakow. I ordered the ticket right then and there. And
yeah, I mean, your desperation has no bounds, or, yeah, has no bounds, whatever the saying is at this point. My soul is gone. Do you know what I mean? Why has he pronounced it Krakow? Krakow. Crack. Cow. What crack? What crack? Are you on crack? Is that what I'm supposed to believe?
A day later, I had to fly out. So, and I was going to live over there until
in
we
Poland.
Got the visa.
You've magically decided that.
Plan. She was going to get on the bus, and she was going to come stay in the apartment with me.
What apartment?
I told both my daughters and Jasmine, the granddaughter, I told them what my plan was. They were like, no, do not go into... You are seriously going to go over there and stay that long? And I said, yes. I said, because there's no way I'm going to leave her in some city, and I'm going to live with her over there. Finally, all of a sudden on Thursday evening is when I got her last message and a video saying that what had happened, they found out that she had been a medic at one of the hospitals. So they told her that she is eligible for military service, and they took her off the bus.
We are still holding on. It is very difficult here.
And that
what
was
a
the
video.
last video I got from her, and she told me that everything that had happened.
Phil flew halfway across the world only to leave without meeting Natalia. In total, he sent her over $100,000 and desperately wants to know who he's been sending all of this money to.
I keep saying, why in the world, if you've already got all the money from me, why are you sending me to Poland?
To also, as I was saying earlier with the game aspect of this all, to see just how far you're willing to go, you know? If you're bloody willing to do quite literally anything, you just open yourself up more to shit, you know? Who knows what kind of BS they were cooking up behind the scenes. They would have come at you with another profile, maybe.
Can anyone tell me what foreshadowing is?
Why are you bothering to send me to Poland? You already got all the money. I would just like to know if it was real or not.
Are you dumb?
Or if I've been catfished.
Rhetorical question.
I would like to think it was real, and they do have her down there in that city as a nurse, but I don't like seeing her there because she's in one of the most dangerous places on earth you can be right now.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing.
How about that?
And once you've done that, give this video a like too. Phil's family is concerned about his relationship with Natalia and the 6 figures he sent over. We knew we had to help him out any way we could.
So they met on this Ukrainian dating website.
It is Ukrainian,
kind of like a pay-to-play. Every message, every email, every photo that's exchanged.
Forget everything I said earlier then, because there was no mention of it when you Google it. But goodness me, well, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, because just because David's saying it doesn't mean it's true or not. But if it is, my God, that's a weird, you know, going him down the fetish side of things then, no?
It costs money. And so I think he was spending like couple thousand to like $5,000 a month communicating with this person.
What?
They went off the site and then finally ended up exchanging personal information.
Mate, why does it cost that much to use that website? Like, at that point, you have just too much money then. Not only are you a creepy hornball, you just got too much money. I swear you will never catch me on a dating site in general. But spending money to talk to people? What the shit?
And then that's where the real money started. So there's two people that have asked for help. There's Jasmine, which is Phil's granddaughter, and the other person is Rihanna, which is Phil's stepdaughter. I got on a call with her and then reached out to her grandfather, and then he's like, nah, don't really need help. I know she's real and I'm on my way to go see her. And so they decide to meet in Moldova. Some things happened where she couldn't meet, gets arrested, and then tries to flee and meet him in Poland.
What the is going on in here on this day?
He then goes and books another ticket to Poland, waits for her for 4 days, and then realizing that something's wrong, he's on his way back to the US right now, and then sent me a message saying, I think I might have been catfish, I need you to help me out.
When my grandma passed away, it was around March-ish or January, sorry, that we found out about, the dating.
What was shocking to me was she was from Ukraine. She was my age. She's 47 years old. So I couldn't understand what he thought a woman my age would want to do with him.
You tell me.
So that was kind of where I was at with the situation.
What does Philip see in her that was missing in his life?
He just lost his wife.
Mate, this guy doesn't want to be on camera. He slyly, enunciated a bit more of the words, but he just doesn't seem to want to be on camera at all. And it's not a big thing, but if someone doesn't look like they want to be on camera, it kind of brings down the vibe of the video. I'm just saying in general, maybe just... If he's just going to say this one line, like he said one line in the other video, is there a need for him to be there? Like
a year ago. And they were like inseparable, attached to the hip, best friends.
Because
they would do every single thing together.
Very quickly.
And this guy just feels lost without his wife. And I think he was trying to replace that relationship, and he's been fighting so hard to make something happen where he just doesn't want to listen to anybody else.
After Phil lost my mom,
not a good excuse.
His whole personality and demeanor changed. He was just left alone in the house by himself with his own thoughts, and that's when he went to the internet.
I had asked him, how have you been doing? And he was like, I'm still very sad, but I've been chatting. And I'm like, chatting, with who? And he said, Natalia. And I laughed and I was like, what, is she your girlfriend? And he was like, actually, we're virtually engaged.
When we found out as a family that this was going on, we were all really in shock because we could not believe that Phil would be so naive to fall for something like this.
And then he told me that his plan was to go to Ukraine and live there with her until they can come to the US and get married.
So what does his family think about him traveling to Poland?
Everybody's telling him this is fake. Everybody's telling him not to go, and he just doesn't want to listen.
And in Poland, she was another no-show. And he went and waited at the bus stop 3 times that day. He walked like a 20-minute walk to the bus and waited for hours to see if she would come off, and she didn't. But he truly believes that there's a woman who loves him and wants to spend the rest of her life with him.
Okay.
Natalia, so...
And I really advised him to get in contact with you. And that way, you guys could either find out A, if she's real, great, or B, if she's not, now you know.
Hey, with all due respect, I know you're his granddaughter, but if she's real, do you really want this to be a genuine relationship, is it? Okay.
And he still thinks that she's real to this day.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he has so many people in his ear
Like
already.
Drude looks like he doesn't want to
Can
be
we
here.
help him, and how do we do that?
I don't know. Like, I'm just being honest. He's like head over heels for this person. So thinking out loud, like what I think we should do, let's see if we can find any other fake profiles. If we can talk to those other fake profiles, we can show him that they're fake. The other thing is just finding the real person in the images. I haven't seen all the pictures, but I think they're AI, so it might make it a little difficult. But this person sent him contracts, IDs, all these different
Contract
things
for what?
that are in Russian. And so if we can translate that and then go and look at case law to see if these contracts actually match up, that might be a direction that we can take.
I like the game plan. Let's help them.
Same as always.
Let's do it.
Now that the plan was in
he
place,
literally said
David
one word.
and the team got to work finding out as much as they could about Natalia.
Not one word. He's obviously said more than one word, but he said one sentence, that Ron guy, and the other guy. What's the other guy's name? I don't know. Why? Just why? Do you know what I mean? Like, just to get an extra scene into the freaking multi-camera editing thing. Come on. I digress, though. Drew doesn't look like he wants to be there. And, I mean, that's all I have to say. Okay, moving on.
Good job, little buddy.
Whatever.
A few days later, David called in from the road to go over his findings.
What's good, David? What's going on, bro?
Oh.
Drew, I'm excited to get a hold of you. So remember how Natalia had essentially ghosted Phil and said this was her last message to him?
Yeah, I remember that, yes.
So she reached back out to Phil, and I think the money requests are probably going to start coming back
Just checking on you.
Why you say that?
Well, now she says she has access to her phone, and she says she's not in good shape, and it almost sounds like she's setting him up for needing more money.
What do we have as far as research? I know you dug into some of this stuff, right?
I spent all last night and this morning digging
Hold on a second there. Why did Drew just look me in the soul there? Hold on a second, Drew. Oh my... Drew! You chill out there, sultry eyes.
Daddy, chill.
That's just so... I don't know, it's like oddly kind of romantic. Anyway.
I spent all last night and this morning digging in, and I have some really interesting stuff that I found.
Digging in
So
the
we got
cave
this,
of
like,
delusion?
Really weird email, this getnextmail.io, and then an Outlook email, and then a phone number. And there were no footprints online, and there were no accounts associated. So we all know that that's a huge red flag.
So either the phone number was just created, or it's a void phone number.
Exactly, that's what it means. So the next part of this is that Phil was given a court document that essentially said that Natalia had this loan, defaulted on this loan, and because she defaulted, she owed this massive amount of money, and she was ordered to have an ankle bracelet put on her ankle. The first obvious part of this court document is the fact that it's dated June 31st, 2026.
Wait, so I mean, there's no 31 days in June for sure. That's odd. These are the actual images of the document, right?
Exactly.
Just first glance, they don't look natural, I would say. Like, a lot of this stuff is probably even created in ChatGPT or some kind of AI system, right?
So you're headed down the right path.
You
Check out
guys
some of these
don't
other
talk about
photos.
AI.
This photo it's like eerie, right? Like, it reminds me of like Get Out or something. You seen that movie before, Get Out?
Cool. Look at the walls, they're just like dirty, and then the table's all clean and manicured, and then the family is like perfect. Like, they're sitting perfect, they're dressed perfect, their facial expressions are perfect. So Drew, I have two surprises for you. The first one is that I actually found the real person in the photos, and it's not Natalia.
Wow, what a shock.
It's a lady by the name of Ksenia Bezuglova. And so when you go back and forth between the photos, you can see it's the exact same person.
Is it? Kind of looks
This
different,
is an
no?
article where she actually got in a car wreck and it broke her vertebrae. And it actually like made her disabled. She's in a wheelchair.
Oh my.
So ever since 2020 or 2021, Ksenia's actually been in a wheelchair. And so the photos that Phil's been receiving don't show somebody who's been in a wheelchair. I've actually been talking to Natalia.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I think we've hit it
Stop
off. I
looking
think we
at me,
have
Drew.
like a pretty solid romance going on because these are all the conversations that I've been having back and forth with Natalia. I told her, I said, you're really beautiful. Sometimes there's scammers in here. Can you send me a photo of yourself holding up 3 fingers? So she just told me my request was strange and then basically changed the subject. So we know that this person is not legit.
Do you think that she's aware that her image and likeness is on this website?
So I reached out to her, but she hasn't responded yet. She did see my message, so we'll see if she replied.
What the hell kind of message did you just send? Go back a bit, please. I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, but it just starts, you don't know me, but I own an investigation company. I found people online using your pictures. You didn't introduce yourself. Like, I don't know what website this is. Is this Instagram? So I guess you can see his name on Instagram when he messages. But to start off by saying, you don't know me, I don't know. It's just a bit...
So we'll see if she replies at all.
It's like...
So I think what's happening
scammy.
is they're taking these images of people. They're using AI to recreate all these pictures. Some of them are real. Most of them are just created pictures. They're talking to them. They're getting a cut from these websites. And then they're taking them offline and then they're scamming these people for more and more money.
I want to know if she's aware of this because from my understanding, these models typically get a cut, right?
I think that's what's going on, for sure.
We had a lot of evidence for Phil, and it was time to sit down and give him the truth. The next day, we set up a call with him to deliver the news.
My guy Phil, how are you doing today?
My guy.
Not too bad.
I'm going to be honest. Like when we started doing the investigation research, there were a lot of dead ends, but we have clarity for you. 100% today, you're going to walk away with clarity.
Really?
Am I going to be hurt?
Well, shut up, mate.
I think there's information that you're going to be surprised to find out. You haven't met Drew yet. You know, Drew's my partner here.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, how you doing, man? Howdy. How's it going, bro?
I'm hanging in there.
Well, it's really nice to meet you, man. We want you to go into this whole meeting today with like an open mind. The worst thing that you could do is leave this interview and not know something or don't understand something. So make sure you ask questions, okay?
Okay.
Well, are you ready?
Good or bad, I'm ready.
So I want to start off with the phone number and emails that you had given us.
Good or bad, if he's not willing to accept that this could be fake, this is all just going to be a waste of time. And he strikes me as the type of person who's not going to believe anything anyway.
Showing you right here is just one of the types of searches that we run. It tries to find out what accounts you have that are associated with yourself. And so somebody like you that has had a phone number for a while, you're going to have things that are connected to your account that we would actually be able to find. This example I'm showing you right now is your email address. If I go down, I can see that you have an Etsy account, a Microsoft account. You even have a MySpace account that you had created. Do you see how I'm able to find all this stuff just from searching an email and phone number?
Right.
When I ran Natalia's information, I was not able to find anything whatsoever. And that's typically a red flag, especially somebody who's, claims to be 47 years old. If Natalia had given you her accurate information, we would have been able to find very similar things to what I'm able to find with you, is what I'm getting at.
What is interesting was she responded to me. I have a lot of emails from her.
It doesn't mean that the email and the phone numbers don't work. It just means that these have not been around very long to where she has accounts associated.
Makes me ask the question, why would she create just an email for me?
Well, that's what we're here to do today. We're going to answer all these questions.
Bro, Drew, stop
So
looking
I want to talk about
at
this document. It's in Russian. So from what your understanding is that this document was written by the courts?
Yes.
If you look at the alleged deadline, it says June 31st, 2026, Phil.
What she told me was it was supposed to be July 31st was the deadline.
It also contradicts the supposed
So why didn't they
ID.
change it?
So the court paper gives the birth date of February 24th, 1979, and the alleged Ukraine certificate gives April 24th, 1979. Not to say that the courts, they can't miss things here and there, but these issues that we're seeing with this document, they're clear. Like, there's no way that the courts would overlook some of these things. So the next thing that I want to go to is the loan agreement. It changed repeatedly through the whole document. So it appears at February 15, 2024, March 15, 2024, and April 15, 2024.
Those are supposedly the dates that she got the loan. but they're all different. I didn't go
All
through and,
three of them?
and
What?
check the date for date on that.
Yeah, because
So if you
I don't think you were checking for anything other than her looks. So
things that didn't make sense also. So there was a stipulation that because she defaulted on loan, she had to wear an ankle bracelet.
Yes, at the very bottom of the document.
We looked into laws in Ukraine, and so she didn't commit a crime. She defaulted on a loan. That was a civil issue between her and the loan company. So there would never be an instance in Ukraine where putting an ankle bracelet on somebody for defaulting on loan would be legal.
Oh. Okay.
it's not funny. I'm allowed to
Look
laugh.
at the ankle
not you.
bracelet picture. Those pictures are AI.
Yes.
Do you see how she has the ankle bracelet and her foot's up on the table? If she was to go and take a picture, she would have to lean over. But if you look at
I didn't even think about that in the moment. I mean, I said it was AI. But to actually take that kind of picture in real life, you got to set up your phone on a tripod or something and do up professional. Oh my gosh.
Angle of her foot, she's leaning back, right? So the only way to take a picture is for her to go and set up a camera on the side and take it, which wouldn't make sense.
She's Elastigirl.
Because of this, we think this picture's AI generated.
Well, there's one other point you could look at also. They could have somebody taking that picture.
Yeah, well done, man.
So let's talk about this picture. Who are these people in the background?
My question here, actually, before we get into that, isn't she supposed to be in the military at that point? So who is taking that picture of her? I just don't understand this guy, man.
Okay. The far left guy
Oh my God, he's
is
gonna-
supposed to be the father.
Oh, he's going to run through the whole
The
family.
one at the very end of the table is her mother. And the other three, those are supposed to be best friends of the parents that they have known for years.
You're putting me to sleep, Phil. Yeah? Not in the sense that I'm finding what you're saying just uninteresting, which you could argue that. But actually, you've drained the soul out of me so much that I just want to sleep. I don't need her entire family tree coming out the woodwork like termites to be listed out. Shut up. Just move on.
Have you ever been to any family reunion or family function where the table looks this nice?
Let me say this. There's somebody else that I'm chatting with on Telegram.
You're joking. Not another one?
And she went to a party a couple of days ago, and she took a picture of the table with people sitting around it. But nobody had touched any of the food. That doesn't mean that it's not real. Okay?
First of all, what a bombshell that he's talking to someone else whilst sending 100K to someone who he thinks is real. Maybe at some point, stop dating. This guy just seems to be a sleaze bag as well, no? But then also, which my voice is cracking, so I'm hitting puberty. Whoop-de-doo. This guy just doesn't seem to be taking in the information, with an open mind that Drew asked him to, because he's just, retaliating with just bullshit excuses. What is the point then? Don't be on this show, man.
Just because they haven't started eating, maybe they wanted to take the picture. She wanted to take the picture before they started doing anything.
You shut your mouth. How many plates is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if I count correctly. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Now, unless some of the plates are being used to dish up and pass around and stuff, yeah, none of this makes sense. There are too many plates, I think.
Now, there's more to this picture. So if you zoom into the back and you look where the window is, the reflection of all the people that you've named at the table, there's one person missing.
The person taking the
picture.
picture.
The person right next to the lady with the red hair, she's missing in the reflection.
Okay.
What is the red dish? The purplish red dish in between the what looks
that's
like
some kind of, I assume that's some kind of a cabbage dish.
let's go to another photo. So what do you notice about
Why was
this
that a
photo?
question?
That's the same photo.
Is it? That's you there, you donkey ass. Oh, I assume they're gonna show him, look how easy it is to generate an image, but you know it's actually a double-edged sword here. Because, like, yeah, you want to show him, look how easy it is to create this image. But in the same vein, you've now taken this guy's face and data, technically, and created an image furthering the advancement of such technology, which scammers can then use in turn to create better looking images. Stop with the AI. Just flat out, if someone needs to be shown AI images to know that they are looking at AI images, I feel like they're a lost cause. That's just my thoughts on it. Yes, he can't.
Yeah, that's the same.
He can't see that's him. Is
we
he?
were talking about earlier.
Is he all right?
Look at all the people, though. Look at all the faces.
Oh, mate.
Now wait a minute. That's the fun. That's good. That's good.
It's not that funny though.
Well,
is it?
David and I, we flew out there to go make sure everything was good, and they also were eating the same exact meal.
That's good. I like that.
Bro. Listen, I'm gonna hold my hands up as well, Drew. I feel like the amount that he finds that funny is actually connected to his ability to be scammed. Because if you find shit like that funny, yeah, you just believe everything. That's just my thoughts on it.
Scanned anybody? You see how easy I was able to make these photos?
Yeah.
Phil, I found the real Natalia.
But please
I want to
make the distinction that it's not
you see this person
real.
right here?
Yeah.
I don't appreciate him saying it's the real Natalia, because it's not. Like, you found the real person whose pictures were stolen. Maybe that's a better way to phrase it. Rather, why is he what is this? What is this shit I've paused on? He's biting his finger. Like, oh, you found my lover, have you? I'm doing this sexy pose. Don't ever do that shit again, mate.
Who does it look like to you?
And it looks like my Natalia.
My Natalia? How about we just pack up this entire episode, because Donnie is still thinking that he has some sort of, I don't know, relationship. What?
I can't say for sure 100% it's her, but I say it does look a lot like her.
It is Natalia. But
no, it isn't.
This person's name, Phil, is Ksenia Bezolglova.
Bro, when you're when you're saying this kind of shit to someone who clearly just said my Natalia, bro, he's not gonna understand you speaking in these bloody riddles. It is her. No, it isn't. And then you follow up, but her name is this. It's too convoluted for Donnies like this, man.
This is an article about her where she was in a car accident. She's been in a wheelchair for actually a long time. So we were able to find some old photos that match up pretty well to Natalia's photos. And this is her for sure. So the photos that you've been given are really old photos of Natalia. This is what she looks like right now.
Why does he keep saying Natalia? It's not her.
If you look at all the photos you have of this person, they're too perfect. And by the way, this is her husband. Phil, I want to show you one last thing. Who's this?
That's her. That is her. That I have that.
Why is he getting so like?
I have that picture.
So aggy.
So this is a Natalia
Shut your
profile
mouth.
I found on GoDate Now. It shows she's 47 years old. She's in Warsaw, Poland. And so she had sent messages back and forth to me. I sent her a picture of myself. She said, I have beautiful sneakers. She sent me this picture right here.
I got that picture too. I have that picture.
She sent me this picture.
I got that picture.
Why is he so
So
like?
you've actually been chatting with this person.
I chatted with her for over 2 hours back and forth yesterday. This stupid website cost me $100 to chat.
Bloody
What
hell.
these people are doing, they get these Natalia profiles, they put them on these websites, they meet people like you, they get the money because they're getting a cut of the chats that are happening back and forth. And she kept pushing me to send her pictures, which cost me more money to send her pictures. She's sending me pictures, which cost me more money to view them.
I can't believe it. Now I'm blown away.
Listen, you shut your mouth, yeah? I feel like I've heard this type of website in a long time ago now. We looked at a Passport Bros, like documentary type thing. I think this might be a similar website. So, Passport Bro.
She's in Warsaw, Poland. And I was...
Phil, they're claiming to be in Warsaw. So you've been involved in what's called a romance scam, Phil.
What?
I'm actually blown away by this.
Stop saying blown away is disgusting. Concerning you, anyway.
I'm actually blown away, especially when I see the same pictures that I've got of her.
What you were involved in was all fake, Phil. Like, she wasn't in Ukraine. She wasn't being held hostage, because of this loan. The whole goal was to get money from you. And that's why the money that you sent was in other people's names. When have you ever in your life walked down the street and all these women are beautiful, by the way. All these beautiful women are like, hello, do you have 10 minutes for me? Hi, handsome. Do you want to have drinks? Like, no clothes. Like, what are you into? Blah, blah. And by the way, I have no profile picture on my account.
Crazy.
In your life, have you ever had 68 beautiful women throw themselves at you in a 24-hour period of time like you do on these websites?
I have. When I have the website pulled up, guess what? No, I have one slide down every 10 seconds come down with a woman. Oh, I like your profile. I added to you as my favorite. At least one every 5 seconds. Because as it slides down and disappears,
does that happen in real
another
life?
one pops up
Shut
and
up.
slides down.
Shut up.
That is constant the entire time that I'm on the website.
Shut up. All right? Stop shouting. Shut up. My gosh, man. Pissing me off. God. I'm in pain now. Like, physically in pain.
Nice guy, I would totally go hang out with you in a heartbeat. I think you're a fun guy.
What are you
but I don't
talking
think
about?
You're that good looking where a million women are going to throw themselves at you.
So you want to hang out with creeps? Is that how you want to spend your time? What is he saying? Stop blowing smoke up his ass, man. You can be firm with people and then not, in the same vein, give them a compliment to satisfy their ego. Just go down the one lane, bro. And whilst I appreciate sort of the firmness that he's approaching this with, I think it's very crucial to say that I wish it wouldn't be a pick and choose type thing. Sometimes they do this, sometimes they don't. Just do it all the time. Otherwise, it's just weird then.
None of us are. All three of us are.
We're not. If you combined all of our best attributes together, I don't think we're going to have that many
best
women
attributes
wanna
does
talk to us,
this guy have?
That's the point I'm getting at.
I just want to say thank you guys very much.
So he's understood.
And yeah, you've convinced me.
What?
And I will be off that website.
It doesn't matter about this website.
By the end of the day.
What about...
Because I'm almost out of credits.
Just in general.
Good.
Is it good? Because he's literally kind of exposed himself that he's almost out of credits. So, he's got no choice but to leave the website now. What about just online in general? Someone pops up in his Facebook friend requests or something. Is it not just going to be the same story? Has he actually learned that he's a scumbag, dirty, perverted, passport bro piece of poo?
I've met another woman on Telegram.
Bro, that's not even
with
better.
Telegram, you can do audio video chats.
You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up.
I believe something is being made up.
Based upon what you guys assume, there is not one honest chat website on the face of the earth. They're all scams, even the ones that you don't pay for. And Telegram you don't pay for.
I'm not saying there's not an honest website. I don't think you have the sense to know if you're being scammed or not to make the right decisions. That's why your daughter reached out to us. That's why your granddaughter reached out to us. I like
what you said there.
That's why we were easily able to find things in this investigation that, if anybody else would have been doing this, they would have found this. And so that I'm just man to man, I'm having an honest conversation with you because I care about you, right? You do whatever you want with this, but your friends look out for you and they're honest with you. And I will be honest. You haven't paid me or Drew anything, right? I'm doing this because I care about you. I want to give you the real information. There are tons of great websites. I use Telegram. I use Discord. I use WhatsApp. But I use them to talk to people I've met in real life, not to meet new people that randomly message me.
You want to know the truth?
What?
Yeah.
Right now, there are two of them.
Police! Police! Help!
The one that I met in December, okay, her name's Olga.
Look at this. Look. Can you really help someone that laughs about everything like this? Like, in his mind, it's probably going around, he's gonna have a frippin', because I've lost all semblance of composure. Frippin'. I don't know what that is. Sounds like a new coffee. Frippin'? You want some frippin'? This guy's probably thinking about doing all sorts of dirty things with all of the supposed women he's talking to. 2 of them. I thought it was just one on Telegram. Now there's another. I don't believe anything this guy's saying, bro.
But I already spent enough money to get her email address. Me and her emailed
for an email?
A couple of months now. And she blew me out of the water, but she wants to keep chatting with me.
These are not women you are speaking to. You understand that, right? Like, after we've gone through all this information with you and David's broke down the documents and the photos,
I'm breaking
who
down
the real woman is. She's in a wheelchair. You're not communicating with women. It's more probable for you to be communicating with some man in his basement.
Yeah.
With a computer.
And shit stain boxes.
Let me ask you a question.
F your questions.
Olga, like I said, she will go on. She has been, and I have tons of emails from her from outside the website. I have tons of those. Why are they bothering to continue to talk to me outside?
You sent $100,000.
Yeah, like
Olga's one that I haven't spent that much money on. Okay.
Oh, that
They're
much.
still sending money.
Now, wait a minute. What I'm saying is, Olga, I can talk to her with emails through my Yahoo account. Not on the website, on my Yahoo account.
Bro.
And she and I keep conversing.
Is this guy, first of all, Drew is hitting an Mbappe pose for some reason. Nothing about this it screams, I've just scored a goal. Actually, if I was a goalkeeper in this situation, I'd voluntarily walk off the pitch. Natalia took the conversation off of the website. So this guy's point is moot. It's a moot point. Yeah? I have to just assume at this point you've got a cow in your brain just mooing. That's how much of a moot point this is.
Okay.
No, okay.
If she is not real at all, then why is she bothering to converse with me through regular email system?
Can we end this?
She's going to ask you for money, Phil.
She's the only one that has never asked me for anything.
I've been doing this for a long time.
I fully understand, okay, with Natalia. I've just been ripped. Olga has never asked, and she's the one I've known the longest, has never asked me for anything.
First, you want to talk about ripped, yeah? You're ripping me a new arsehole here, because actually you've confirmed there that during the 100,000 you were spending to Natalia, you were speaking to at least Olga, apparently, during that time. Huh? So you think you're some sort of playboy or something, and you got all sorts of options coming out your wazoo. This guy is a disgusting creep, and please don't let it go over your heads. the amount of passport bro that is exuding out of every orifice of this guy. It stinks of rancid piss. Natalia, Olga, like, what is this obsession with Eastern European women? Huh? Like, these passport bros, you can't convince me it's anything other than looks, of course, but also the power play, you know? Reaching out and, you know, lusting over these women who potentially are in vulnerable positions in their life. It's disgraceful and disgusting. You are a disgraceful, disgusting mess.
Oh, yes, she did. She asked me for a new phone.
That
Phil,
that's
I
what that
wanna
is asking
shake you
for a
right
phone.
now.
Like,
What? Like, you just said she didn't ask you for money, and then you said she asked you for a cell phone that you said no. She asked you for something.
She has not asked me for anything else, and she still hangs with me on externally.
His camera's breaking.
With emails.
Get him gone.
I'm sorry. I can't handle this.
Send her an email, and an hour later, she'll reply to me. I'll ask her something.
I ask you this. I love the way you pronounced email there, huh? Email. Oh, I would actually say you're actually talking to a man on the interwebs. Email? Shut up, man.
We talk externally.
Can we end this?
I'll make a bet with you. You're a betting man. I know you go to the casino. I'll make a bet. You want to?
Charlie's just a fool with his money.
I'd make a bet, and then next week that Olga asks you for money or something.
I will make that bet with
Why
you.
is he shouting?
Or she has someone else that's a friend, family member, or acquaintance comes in and asks you for something on behalf of Olga.
I think
I'll make that. I'll tell you. I'll make that bet with you because come on, I've known her since the beginning of January. Since the beginning of January.
As the experts, David and I have told you and warned you about these websites, Olga and these other women you're communicating with. We've told you not to communicate with them. You're a grown man. At the end of the day, you're going to make the decision to continue to send money, communicate with these women, do whatever, right?
I guess.
David and I are going to get off this call and we're going to go about our day, right? At the end of the day, it's up to you. It's solely up to you to stop this madness. This is not real. You're not communicating with any beautiful blonde on the other side of that screen. It's probably a man. I'm just warning you.
We were obviously able to find a lot of things that over, 6-7 months that you were not able to find. You can either trust us or not. You have everything you need. You know the types of websites you're finding girls on, and it's up to you at this point. If you have any questions in the meantime, but Olga's going to ask you for money. I will stake anything on that, but I'll follow up to
put your hand down, you dirty pig. I don't know where your hand has been.
Follow up. There's the bet.
He looks like he's shaking a dick there.
Right,
What's he on about?
I'm telling you, she ain't. But okay.
All right, Phil, you have a great day, okay?
Oh, everyone's just laughing.
You too. Okay.
Saying,
thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for what?
I will be off the website.
For what? Who cares at this point? Look at Drew's face. He's disgusted. Is this new?
Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream.
Mate, thankfully it turned black because I've had enough of this, man. Thankfully the video has ended. Ain't no way there's a live stream. There can't be. What are you going to talk to this guy about? What is the point of wasting anyone's time doing that? But I'll check it out if it's there very quickly. I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. Wow. I feel like it's been a while since I've proper got heated, innit? And I somewhat tried to contain myself because sometimes I get like spots after videos like this, but here we are now. Obviously, I'll check out the original videos, comments, see what's popping over there. Like the spot that I'm going to get from this. Gonna pop it. I'm not actually gonna pop it. That's not good. Don't do that, everyone. Just let it heal naturally, or I don't know. I see people wear these like little stars. Go do that. Oh, you just know Philip thinks he's a star, innit? He's some kind of like, I don't know, who, Hercules? Yeah, some kind of Hercules in the dating pool or something. He's just disgusting, perverted piece of shit. And I've said it now. took me this long to say that. I'll see you guys in a jiffy.
Editing H here, just very quickly, the recording itself, the camera wanted no part of this video anymore, because when I was doing the usual intro to Tantalizing Talk section, it just decided, that doesn't work for me. So here I am, Tantalizing Talk.
My loins are not tantalized. You know what is tantalizing though? My bed. And Adventurer H had to step out for a little bit. His head was a little bit too heated, so I've now stepped in. Hello, Recording H here. You ever, and this is in the words of Adventurer H, definitely not me, we are different people. You ever watch something, and I completely understand what we are doing, it's not physically demanding, do you know what I mean? But you just watch something and you're like, I need a nap. I need to somehow get rid of this from my brain. That is how I feel. Just drained. And it's sad because there's so many people like this that exist in the world, and shock horror end up on this show. But like, it's too much sometimes, you know? So I checked out the live stream very quickly, the most minuscule of amounts consumed. I just wanted to touch on this one comment. Sorry, David, you are wrong when you said there are women in real life who would like to meet this guy. He's self-centered and very argumentative. I can't see anyone wanting to put up with him. And this is me trying to be diplomatic. He should get a dog or a cat. Well, I feel sorry for the dog/cat that he decides to get, should he decide to get one. But unfortunately, there actually might be women out there who are interested in him. You never really know. That is a scary thought, obviously, but he is very self-centered and very argumentative. Why reach? He reached out, by the way. Like, yes, his granddaughter reached out initially, but after being stood up in Poland, yeah, he then said, okay, I think I'm being scammed, can you help me? Why bother appearing if you're going to just argue with everything they're saying? It just doesn't make sense. And it's not like a case of sometimes I disagree with David or what the team does and, you know, I give my thoughts and stuff. He literally didn't take anything on board. You know what I mean? But anyway, onto the original video now. An almost 80-year-old man calling a woman young enough to be his daughter and possibly granddaughter baby is disturbing. I think I exclaimed creepy when he said that. It is creepy. Usually, saying baby, I don't necessarily have an issue with it, because if it's what you and your partner call each other, whatever. Do you know what I mean? If you're age appropriate and stuff. The context here is very, very creepy. And to be honest, putting aside the age difference for a second, calling someone baby who you've never met, you're just a bit of a weirdo anyway. But let me know your thoughts. I don't think he can be helped. I think that's a given. But it especially becomes heightened, you know, the sense of he's a lost cause. She had hazel eyes and some crow's feet. Are we looking at the same lady? I don't know, to be honest. She looked like she had blue eyes, and I didn't see whatever crow's feet Donnie was talking about. So I don't know if we're watching the same video. I don't know if we're watching the same... do you watch pictures? Not really. I don't know if we're looking at the same pictures, or maybe he's confused it with one of the multitude of women he's apparently in contact with. I ain't got a Scooby, and I don't even think the Scooby gang would be able to find out what we're looking for, man. The mystery machine is just driven off by itself. Whatever. I love the fact that David told him women are not checking for him like that, especially at age 78. Shake my head. We can shake our head all we want, but it needs to be a consistent thing rather than I'm picking and choosing. You know, some victims hear it, some other victims don't hear it. It needs to be consistent no matter who the victim is. But then, you know, it's interesting, this comment, because then in the live stream he's saying some women might like him, which again, some women might like him. For some reason. I don't know, he got married 4 times, so there are women clearly who do like him. But it's very interesting. That's like 2 different sides of the coin. But I guess the context here is that women who look like Natalia aren't going to be interested. These people... before I move on, though. Give me 100k, I'm interested. Let's get that perfectly clear. These people need a lot more help than social catfish to sort themselves out. Completely agree. I bang on about this in many videos. It's one thing to be, sat there and listening to someone tell you you're being scammed, etc. But then it's another thing to go out and get professional support if you're able to, of course, in addressing your mentality on relationships and addressing your mentality, to be honest, regarding women in general. Because he seemed very hell-bent on mentioning her looks at every single point. Nothing ever about personality, by the way. Not about Natalia, not about Olga, not about the other woman he met apparently or speaking to on Telegram. No personality mentioned at all. So, anyone want to tell me what's up with that? I tell you what's up with that. He needs to... I don't know. Whatever. You get the point. As you can see, I'm just... Meh. That's how I feel. Meh. 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 Anyway, shout out to the cannibalistic and Enya? I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name. It's not all relevant to the story, but genetics are incredible. It looks like her mum just spit Rihanna out. No help required. Shout out to TT. Can't wait for H's reaction to this one. Shout out you guys and shout out everyone for all the support always. Much love always. That's a good point, when the picture of Rihanna stood next to her mum, oh, it's like the same person. But yeah, it's not relevant to the story, but I just wanted to shout you guys out, so shout out. The next one, I did see some comments regarding this as well, and I was zoned out towards the end, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So I missed this. Oh god, guys, I'm Ukrainian. Court papers are in Ukrainian. There is a unique number of court decision which you can find online and check if it's legit. One more thing. Don't mix Russian and Ukrainian. It's quite insulting. Yeah, I remember them saying the papers were in Russian. So I can definitely understand people being upset about that. So yeah, just... It was in Ukrainian, not Russian. So thankfully people are pointing that out. It's just little things that make a lot of difference, I think, to just fact check and stuff like that. But yeah, this comment pissed me off because I'm not sure, we were talking about maybe we are not looking at the same woman, Natalia, as Phil was with his hazel eyes nonsense. Apparently, we are also watching a different video to this particular individual. He's actually a real likable guy. Sorry? Where? Now, of course, maybe some people out there are gonna like him. Some women clearly have because they've been married 4 times. But, shut up. Where is he actually a likable guy? I'm really confused about that. But I'm not going to say anything about who this individual is because I don't know who this individual is. But maybe you think similar things to Philip and, I don't know, maybe you see yourself in him or you see who you could become. Because I don't see anything likable about him, but whatever, man. And then lastly, just because I feel like it's important to not only... when I don't agree with something from the Catfish team, I'm going to say it. But also, if I do agree with something or I do feel like maybe it's a bit unwarranted, I will also give my thoughts about that, Now, I'm sorry, but making fun of more people won't get you more subscribers. Please get Bree back or please get B back. Bzz. Busy bee. Where did they make fun of anyone in this video? is them telling him that no one in real life who looks like those profiles is gonna reach out to him? Is that making fun of someone? Because if that's what you think, you are toxic. Your toxic positivity will actually hurt people. So I'm not sure where making fun of people you're talking about. Maybe in some episodes, some things are a bit like, why have you done this? Why have you done that? But in terms of making fun of people, I don't feel like really that's been done in this episode. I'm not sure about other episodes. I guess I haven't watched them all, so. But I don't necessarily think they ever make fun. But let me know your thoughts, of course. It's one thing to unnecessarily, pick out things in someone to make jokes, in quotations, because they're not really jokes. But then it's another thing to be firm, where some people might think you're being harsh, but it's what that person needs to hear. So let me know your thoughts, of course. That's it. There's an airplane going past right now. Do you think it's Philip on his way to the multitude of Eastern European countries that exist in this world? Maybe he's going to meet Olga. What a creep. A passport bro. A perverted, just disgusting man. Anything else? Argumentative, self-centered, thinks he's God's gift to the dating pool. Some sort of Hercules, as I banged on about. He thinks he's some sort of Greek god. We're done here. Stay safe online. Stay safe from guys like that as well. Bye. Maybe even for 100 grand, I don't think I'd speak to him. Maybe 110 grand, I would.